Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Crystal and this is my social thread. So today I have another interview for you. It's with a Instagram personality as opposed to a fabric store owner, and I hope you enjoy. Hello everybody, welcome back. So today our special guest is Jen from Jen Legg Creatives on Instagram, where she boasts more than 8,000 followers. Jen is also the face and the personality behind the most recent sewing challenge, Sew Recreate the Look 22. Hello Jen, how are you?
Hi. Hi, Crystal. Are you okay?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us today. As you know, we are doing like a sort of a question and answer portion today. Our viewers would basically like to know how and when you started sewing.
Basically, sewing's always been in my life. My mum was a seamstress. My auntie was, she had 5 children, so she went to do a tailoring course just to have some relief from the 5 children, I think we said at the time. So we've grown up with sewing being in our lives forever. When we got to our teenage years, both my auntie and my mum had a sewing shops as well. But I was more interested in her making me things and creating whatever I wanted to do until I was around about 6 years ago. First sewing bee, I think that got us all going, didn't it? I was watching it thinking, I can do that. I just finished a degree in applied art. And although I learned loads of different things, I still didn't feel it was me. And then obviously 6 years ago, I started sewing and never stopped since.
Oh, that's amazing. And you also blog as well, don't you, Jen? When did you start doing that?
I sort of blog as and when I do. I'm not very good at blogging. I got a U in English language at school, and I know things shouldn't hold you back, but it does to me in a way with when I'm writing, not reading, but writing. I think I'm not writing things right. And I think once I got over the hurdle of thinking, well, it's my personality and people can read it as a way. If anyone wants to correct me on the spelling, they're quite welcome to in the grammar. But other than that, I do enjoy doing it and I need to do it more. I'd just sooner be sewing than writing about
it. As we all are, isn't it? It's like our life gets in the way of our sewing.
Yeah, totally.
And can I ask what sort of your work background is or your career background?
So I left school at obviously 16, 17. The only O-level I got was in art. I was either going to go for travel and tourism or hairdressing. Went for hairdressing, obviously. Well, not obviously because the viewers don't know that yet. But I went for hairdressing. It was quite prestigious, the college that I went to in them days. So there was only one place for every 5 applicants.
Wow, what is it called? What was it called?
Well, it's not even there now. It's a housing estate. But it was Kirby College. It's the hairdressing and the training's changed loads and loads, so that's a different story really. But yeah, I went into hairdressing and ended up I think we did like a business course and it said about renting a chair, and I was like, that's what I want to do. Never really wanted to work for anybody. Of course, mum and dad both being self-employed, I've never sort of known anybody work for people. So I did that and wanted to rent a chair, which I did from 19 up until I was 23, came into the building that I'm in now. So I've been here 30 years this year. So I was a ripe old age of 23 when I started the salon here and never looked back. Always done something different as well as hairdressing. So I was a technical rep for hairdressing and a teacher as well at one time, which obviously has helped me with my going into teaching now with
and it would seem everything you've sort of dabbled in or are doing at the moment is all sort of creative, isn't it?
Everything's creative.
That's everything.
Really good. Yeah, everything.
So yeah, I just found out as well that you run and own a salon. Where is this salon of yours?
So I'm upstairs now. So we converted upstairs into a sewing studio in 2018. Myself and my husband did all that. But downstairs is a salon. So it's basically, I'm on the main road going into Middlesbrough. It's like it's an old Victorian property, so 3 stories high. So the ground floor's hairdressing. At one time I employed 5 people, but there's only me and another girl at the moment, which is great, no drama, love it. And then upstairs we've got the sewing school, which it needs to take off more. I need to spend more time here, and I will do as I slow down with the salon at some point. That's called Tees Creatives, which is where the Jen Legg Tees Creatives comes into it. And we've got sleeping accommodation upstairs, so people can come and stay and have a full weekend here.
And have their hair done as well.
And have the hair done, yeah. To be fair, that has happened.
Yeah. What's the salon called, by the way?
The salon's called The Edge.
The Edge, excellent. Lovely. So going back to sewing, what sort of sewing machines do you have? And please don't tell me you have more than 10.
Actually.
Oh dear.
I have got quite a few. I'm an ambassador. So my first sewing machine was a Benina, which I think a lot of people get. I think it's a 1008, which a lot get when we were at art college. So that sewing machine was used more for paper, for sewing on paper and doing arty things with, and machine embroidery and machine motion embroidery and things.
Free motion, yeah.
Yeah, and then when I started doing hairdressing, then I got a Janome. I can't remember the name, but it is on here. But I got a Janome. And then I moved up to the one that I'm using at the moment, which is the Opal 690Q, which is the Husqvarna. Loved that much that ended up asking them if I could be an ambassador for them, which I'm currently an ambassador for.
Excellent.
So they kindly have loaned me 3 overlockers, which we use in the sewing school. And I've just won a sewing machine too for a dress.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, coming on Friday, and then I've got another sewing machine, another Benina, which is really sad. But a girl that I went to college with, to uni, she died 2.5 years ago. She had a brain tumor, and she was a textile artist, and her husband wanted that here so that it gave somebody chance to come and use it. And he said Emma would love that, so that's here too.
Oh, that's
so yeah. So I've got a few. So people can either bring their own sewing machines, or I've got enough different ones for them to use here.
Lovely. And just to say, for the sewing space that you have, the sewing studio, are there certain times that people can come in?
We just sort of at the moment, I've got beginners in on Sunday. I set different times for doing things, but we're going to try just like sessions. So Monday is going to be the first session one. So we're going to have sort of 10 till 1 and then 2 till 5. So people can just come and pay the money for that session. I'll be around to help them out and do things in that session. Obviously, they bring their own fabric, patterns and everything to that. And the own sewing machine or the sewing machines that you can use.
Oh, that's
so I'm hoping that's going to take off.
Well, I'll take all those details down and I'll put it in the description below as well. So sort of the locals can come to you, or even people if they want to drive and spend the weekend. That's even better, isn't it?
Yeah, that's even better as long as I'm invited to the party. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking, a friend of mine, you could do like hen nights. I know it's not wild and, you know, that would be my ideal. I mean, I'm married, but that would be my ideal sort of hen night, you know, a weekend away, get my hair done.
No, we've had some great times. We've had when it first started, obviously pre-COVID, we had jeans making workshops, which obviously had to happen for 2 days, to do it. So people have stayed here and it's been great. It's been really, really good. It's a nice space.
Oh, that's amazing. So this is going to be a hard question for you, but what is your favorite make to date? Because I know you've got so many amazing garments.
I know. I always think my favorite make's always the last one I've just done. But I've just done one, and it's not my favorite. So I love the suit I've just made, and I cannot wait to wear that. I really wanted to wear it on my birthday on Monday, and the weather was just rubbish, and I would have just stuck out like a sore thumb, I think, if I'd have gone somewhere in that. My husband was like, yeah, you can wear it, but really. So I'm saving that for the new craft house that I'm going there in a couple of weeks. So hopefully the sun will be shining there. So yeah, I think that's one of me. And I love the blouse I've just made as well, the voile blouse. I've worn that loads, and it's great. You can just stuff it in your suitcase and it comes out, just puffs out of the suitcase.
So for those of you that want for those of you that want to see that, please do check out her Instagram. I will obviously link everything down below, but her Instagram is just so full of inspiration. It's so colorful. The photography is on point. The garments she makes are just amazing. And yes, very, very talented, very, very talented, Jen. On that note, actually, what's your least favorite make, or like a fail or something? Do you even have any?
course I have fails. I think everyone has fails. I'm trying to think. I should have thought pre for these, but I can't really think of anything as a massive fail because I don't want to feel that way about it. So I think whatever you do, whether you're not going to wear it or not, or you give it away, or you give it to a charity shop, you've learned so much doing that. So I tell you what, I've just remembered, I've just made a pair of jeans and they don't fit me.
They don't fit you, yeah. But
no, they're too small.
There must have been a lot that went into it as well, though, isn't it?
There was loads that went into it, but I've learned loads doing it. So
definitely, jeans is definitely.
Yeah.
Did you top stitch it before you tried it on? Did you?
Well, I tried the thighs on. I tried the legs on. I know I'm not very good. I'm a bit of a winger. I shouldn't really admit. Well, I think we all get in it. Yeah, now I'm a bit of a winger. I tried the thighs on, and the legs, and they seem to fit, but I didn't try the.
You didn't try the bum on, maybe.
No, I didn't try the bum.
Just a quick question as well. Are you a toile person? Do you do toile?
No.
Yeah. No.
No, I should. Cynthia, who works with me here sometimes, she's amazing, and she sometimes looks at maybe some of my cutting out. She's like, it needs to be more precise. And I go, yeah, but I can wear it.
Yeah, I don't really do toiles either. Although now that I've been sort of starting coat making, I do toiles for coats because I just think the amount of cost of the fabric is just too much if it's a big fail. So yeah, but generally speaking, I don't toile either. Although
I am really lucky though that I'm the standard height for most patterns, and my body shape fits into the and I sometimes go between two, so I always go for the larger, and I can take top half slightly smaller than bottom,
and then you can always just do adjustments like taking the waist what have you, so that's really useful. So next question, are you a tracer or a cutter of patterns? What do you like? Cutter.
Not enough time to trace, but I think because of the PDFs now coming in I love the fact they come in layers. So, and I was sending a lot of things off to get like printed, the AO printing, but to be honest, at the moment I'm quite enjoying that gluing and sticking.
It's not bad, is it, sometimes?
No, I've got a good little spot in the kitchen. Leggy knows when I'm going to be doing that because I've tidied the kitchen. So you go, the sewing's moving in here. So I've got a good spot. I can watch TV, and I really enjoy doing it in there.
Yeah.
So I quite like it. And then the fact you've only got one line now to cut out, or sometimes I will do two, like say if I'm going to blend the patterns. But no, I never really trace.
Yeah, well, I'm a tracer because I always think if it's too small or too big, I'll retrace another pattern. But I've never done that. I've just added to the pattern that I've cut out. Like I add a bit of paper to it, or I cut it down a bit. So really, I should just be a cutter. But I just think anyway. Yeah,
the patterns are expensive when you're buying physical copies.
Exactly. Yeah.
But do you trace from the AOs?
Yes, but I don't think I should, because obviously it's only, how much is it per sheet? 150.
Exactly.
Way more. That's way cheaper than my time cutting.
Have you seen the new tool that generates has got Jen from the Sewing Bee with the circles,
the seam circles? They're
perfect. So if you've gone too small, you can use that to come out, and if you've gone too big, you can come down on your lines. So yeah,
it's an excellent tool. So I've seen that. I never bought it myself, but I got one in the So Hayley Jane box, and I have used it recently actually. So that's fab.
You give me one, so that was
lovely. Talking about your outfit today, it's a lovely print there. What's your sort of favorite print that you go to? I know the answer to this.
I think you know that. Floral all the way. I've always been floral. Well, to be fair, I've never really liked pink until I was 40. Floral all the way.
Floral.
So, but it's
as well.
It's nice in a way to do things for people, because I've just done the Lamazia there, and it's like that Pebbles jumpsuit that I've just done, and I most probably would not have chose that at all but out of the 5 that she's just released, which are all gorgeous, I went for that one because it was more summery. And I absolutely love it. It's pushed me away to try something different.
Oh, that's good. And your least favorite print, I suppose?
Animal,
really?
I never do animal print ever. I've got some that slightly resembles it, but no, I don't do animal.
No, don't do animal. Are you an animal lover? Is that a reason?
I am an animal lover to straw, but not to I love it on other people.
Yeah,
it's just not me.
And next question, favorite fabric base. I know this is a hard one as well, because
it is and it isn't, because I love silk and Liberty. I am a bit of a, I always think if you've spent the money on your fabric, that your mindset is there to do as good. Well, not your mindset isn't there if you've bought cheaper fabric, but I don't know, your mindset's there to make something and create something gorgeous with it. So if I could sew it with anything, it would be silk and Liberty all the time.
I do agree with you. I think the more expensive the fabric, you do take your time, you measure twice before you cut, you know, make sure your seams are beautifully, finished and everything. But it's funny that you say not only do you like Liberty, but you like silk from Liberty. So it's like expensive.
I tell you, I have not bought any silk from Liberty. I just mean silk. Silk and Liberty. No, I wish one day when I'm really rich, I might buy the silk from Liberty too.
So following on from that, the last fabric shop you bought from?
The last place, well, I've got some in the last week. There's been quite a bit, but the last place that's just hopefully arriving today is from Stitch Fabric, and they have loads of different gorgeous fabrics in there. Really nice.
What did you purchase, if you don't mind?
Well, I got 5 meters because I'm going to do the ibis dress. I'm not sure who made that pattern. But it's a big floaty, concealed. I'm going to do the one with the collar and the big cuffs. But you're going to see me coming in it because the print is huge that's on it.
I love how you've just put that.
yeah, you're just going to see me coming in that one totally. But yeah, I'm excited about doing that. But it's funny because obviously, I think it's lovely when you get to know somebody with the fabric shops, because I think they buy with buyers in mind. A few have said that, so they'll know who's going to buy it and who isn't at times. And as soon as I seen it, I'd sent an emoji or whatever to her when she thingied it. She went, I knew it.
I knew it was you.
Yeah, it looks like my wallpaper in my hallway.
Next question, you probably already answered this. Your favorite fabric designer?
See, I don't know whether I've got a favorite one at all. I love Ruby Miller. Okay. Their designs on there, but I don't think I have got a favourite as such, as long as it's got florals in it.
Florals in it. You're happy, you're happy. Excellent. And the most expensive piece of fabric you think that you own or you have owned?
I got asked to go in the magazine to do a dress for, I think it was Simply Sewing. It was when Amy was there.
I think I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, and I collaborated with an artist that I love her work, Jess, and so luckily she went halves with me on the base and the print, so it was silk and it was absolutely gorgeous. So it was probably the most expensive, but it didn't cost me halves, and I love it.
Excellent. And what's your favorite fabric in your stash at the moment? Do you have one? Or
I think my favorites don't stay there too long. I think if something arrives that I love, then it's washed. Well, everything gets washed the second it comes anyway.
That's very good.
I take the washing out that's in the washer to wash my fabric, especially if it's like stuff. But yeah, I think I haven't. I've got one that I just don't know what to do with. That's been there a while. But I think it's nice to have that. I love Elisa Lex when she says your fabric stash is your bank, isn't it? So you can go to that and get it at any time.
Indeed, yeah. Just quickly, and when you wash your fabrics, do you just wash your fabrics alone? You don't put anything else in there, just your fabrics, I suppose.
Well, I made the mistake of putting I mixed something the other week that I shouldn't have, a dark teal linen with a pink, and it's gone horrible, and I can't even get it washed out, so I do tend to, but I normally put a colour run in. I always put that in, yeah. And if it's similar to clothes I'm washing, I will put it in with that.
Yeah, I do that as well. Must have sewing tool. What's your must have?
Well, with doing that ambassador, I've got this pointy. It's an owl, but an owl, not an owl.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but it isn't one that goes through fabric.
Okay.
You can use it as your sewing. So when you're doing gathering, or
you can push
you
it
just
through.
need that little, so you don't want your finger through the machine. You can just push through with that, and it really, I use it all the time.
So it's a nifty.
It was one of the best things I learned. Yeah, really.
And what's the latest blog you've been reading? Have you been reading any blogs recently?
I'm rubbish for reading blogs. I think the last blogs I've read were the ones by Salon on dressmaking, on Lamazia. So yeah, I'm rubbish. Oh, and I also read the jumpsuit one, because obviously that's a passion of mine, on Fabric Godmothers.
Fabric one, excellent. Okay,
yeah.
Excellent. Right. What's your least favorite sewing task?
Don't think I have one.
Oh wow, really? That's good.
Yeah, because I make that. I absolutely love cutting. I think if you've got that love and passion right from the beginning of your project, it has to start in the cutting stage, and you've got to assess what fabric you're working with. I think if you haven't done that at the beginning, then I don't know, it can fail, can't it? Obviously, if you've got your pattern placement wrong. Not saying I haven't got that wrong in the past, which I have. It's a different story. But no, even to unpicking, but I save my unpicking for when I'm watching TV.
That's true.
So I'm always one that I'll have more than one project on at a time. So I'll just use it to my advantage of what I need to do at which time. So I suppose tidying up maybe is mine, putting patterns away.
That's probably one, tidying up. I don't like tracing, but then I think we've solved this issue already, haven't we?
You're never tracing again.
Lovely. Next question. What's your sort of color palette or design aesthetic? What do you kind of...
I'm bright, aren't I?
Everything's bright and colorful.
And bright, colorful, but hopefully a bit tasteful. I don't think I'm
very much so, very much. I especially loved your holiday wardrobe that you posted.
Oh yeah, that was class, wasn't it?
And I don't know if you remember, I was the one that was like not haunting you, what's the word, stalking you on Instagram, sort of saying, please send me, the details of the, what, because it was a hack, wasn't it, that dress that I loved, the Lady McElroy one.
Yeah,
and I was like, and you said it was a hack, and I said, please tell me the bodice, the sleeves, and the skirt, and it was so
beautiful. I had to find it, didn't I? Because I think this is a problem. We only really see each other's last 9 makes, don't we, on our feed? And I made that like 2 years ago. So I think technically I must probably got enough content for the next, I don't know how long, by going back over. Indeed. And I'd never really worn that dress. I think I was only the second time I'd worn it, but I did. I loved it. I got loads of compliments that night from that dress.
It was so beautiful, as was all of your holiday wardrobe. Next question: bias bound or facings? What do you prefer?
Facings.
Facings, yeah.
Yeah, definitely facings. I even do that on the sagebush top, which is such a popular one, Friday Pattern Company. But I don't know. I just like the facings.
I have that pattern, but I haven't made it yet. So is it a bias binding finish, and then the
bias binding around the neck? Yeah, but if you just do, I do 2 yokes, so the top of it's all yoked and done, and then put your attachment on the back. But I've made quite a few with them. I don't know. It just feels a bit neater. Although the Anthea blouse at the moment's one of my favourite, and I'm fine doing the bias on that.
Yeah.
And
do you make your own, or do you buy, or a bit of both?
Bit of both.
Bias, bit of both.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, next question. What's your sewing faux pas? Things that you shouldn't do, or that you
definitely loads. Pins all over the place, I think. Sewing in bed, that's my biggest one.
Really? Oh, hand sewing presumably, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine. You could have one of those, those laptop beanbag trays, and then you could put your sewing machine.
No, definitely don't. It's hand sewing in bed. I do have a count of pins, so I know what I've took up there, because Leggy has a massive phobia about pins, hates them with a passion.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so that's like I can get him far with the pins, but going in bed's definitely, I think. Yeah.
Okay. What's on your cutting table at the moment? What's on the go?
Well, I bought some stuff on Saturday, because I've just been to London in Ray Stitch, and I'm going to do a coat out of it. It's like a stretch velvet, but it's got the reverse is really nice on it as well. So I'm going to do the nutmeg, the cocoa wawa. I don't know whether you've seen that one. It's beautiful, but I'm just going to do the sort of like the jacket version of it.
Okay.
Because I've got some other. I suppose it's going to be my my toile as such.
Oh, toile.
Yeah, I suppose I'm saying I don't toile. I do it. I'll sometimes make something in a less expensive fabric before I go on the main fabric.
So it's like a wearable, a wearable toile. I do that as well. So I think, because at least if it goes well, or if it's almost perfect, you can wear it and it's an outfit that, definitely.
Well, for work, obviously hairdressing, you got colours splatting all over the place. I mean, I wore this dress just on one day that I was only coming in for 2 colours, and I thought, oh, what can go wrong? Colour splattered down me the first time I wore it. So, and as long as I wear prints that you can't really see, then
you should be fine.
Because I don't wear any retail at all now, so I have to wear clothes I've made for work.
So you're living the sewing dream then, a fully me-made wardrobe.
Fully me-made, bulging wardrobe.
Do you have any other hobbies, Jen, apart from obviously your sewing and your hair salon and
yoga? I love my yoga.
Lovely.
And I've just recently started a mindfulness class, and I'm getting loads from that. It's really good, just to slow down, because I am on the go the majority of the time. So that mindfulness is just, even if it's the hour of the week, but I think I am learning lots from it there where I need to. But I do believe sewing is mindful as well.
Yeah, definitely. I am. And is there anything new that you learned recently, sewing, or just general anything?
Oh, well, I just did that welt pocket, didn't I, in my jacket?
Yeah. And
so
that was that
fun? Well, yeah, I think I've done them in the past, but I've definitely winged them to do it. But the instructions were really good. That was Ready to Sew. It's a French magazine, French designer. I think it was Jim. The jacket I made, and I followed hers. She also put some music to listen to while you're doing.
Oh, that's
you're sewing. So it drifts you off like to some Parisian place, but also it was good, the instructions, and I thought, and that you've done things a few times, but the pennies actually dropped, and thought, I could do that again. So that was the nice thing that I learned.
That's good. I don't think I've learned anything recently. No. In terms of Selfless Sew April, do you think you'll be joining us on this challenge?
Definitely doing this one. So I've got a goddaughter who is she's got two sisters. You'll have seen them on my Instagram feed before. I do sew for them, but I tend, if I sew for one, I have to sew for 2, but for 3 at the same time. But just got a free pattern, and I can't remember the thing for a big voile skirts. So Elodie is really girly, really girly. So she's getting that, but I just want to see them out in the garden in them with a pair of wellies on. And a sweatshirt.
So nice. Yeah. And do you enjoy sewing for people, or are you more of a selfish?
No, I'm a selfish. So.
Yeah, I think me too as well. Although sometimes the children do sort of say, "Oh, can I have one of those?" And I do feel kind of bad and a bit guilty, so I do.
I made my son a jacket, an Linthorpe jacket, and I sent him it as a surprise, and he was like, "What is this?"
Oh no.
It didn't fit him. I should have maybe got his measurements and stuff before I put so much into it. But he did actually ring the other day to say, would I make him something, because he'd seen it. But it's that thing that people think things are cheaper if you make them.
And then so are they?
Yeah, I've seen this jacket for £120. I'm sure you could make me it. Right, okay, so where are you getting the fabric from, and how long do you think it'll take me? And
definitely.
But I will do it for him, because it is nice seeing people in it. So presents I tend to sew. And for the girls, it's lovely making up clothes. So so I do.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Jen. That brings us to an end. To our viewers, please do check out Jen if you haven't already. Her Instagram handle is Jen Legg Tees Creatives. I will link everything down below, and also the details to her salon and to her sewing studio. So if you are local, if you do want to make the trip out there, then please do go and visit Jen. Thank you again very much, Jen, for all your time. See you again soon.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.